Who is Copycat? One of my favorite side quests in a Pokemon game, Copycat first appears in Pokemon Red and Blue, as she lives in Saffron City and continues to appear in every game featuring Kanto. She's a young girl who has an interesting quirk of mimicking everybody. She even has a Doduo that replicates human speech like we see in other bird Pokemon throughout other games. And I've probably mentioned those other instances as well as why I love Pokemon interactions like this. But her parents mention that they think she's weird and that you should bring her favorite Pokemon. Can you guess what it is? In the original games, you would bring a Pokédoll to give her, and in exchange, she would give you the TM for Mimic. While in the Let's Go games, you just have to bring a real Clefairy and you receive the TM for Substitute. I prefer the interaction in the original games because it requires a little more figuring out and is more impactful. Instead of just showing off in front of her, you're giving her something tangible and then become one of her only friends. And the reason this is more impactful is because the story continues in Gold and Silver, where her family's house was demolished to make way for the magnet train. But don't worry, they were paid to move. That's still kind of a lame thing to do. But Copycat ended up losing her Pokédoll, and once again, it's up to you to befriend this lonely kid. Turns out that the president of the Pokemon fan club found it and is keeping it for himself because he also likes Clefairy. So you beat him up, take the doll, and return it to its rightful owner. And in exchange, he gives you a pass for the train. So I guess this time around, the interaction with Copycat is actually more necessary. But I do like that this is how they continue her story. And this is the reason I love Gold and Silver as a whole, because we get to see characters we know 3 years later. And it gives a nice story that's connected by this Pokédoll. It was given to Copycat as a gift and was later returned to her. Just a minor detail in the grand story of how Gold continues Red's legacy throughout the story of these games. Copycat would also be represented in the trading card game as one of my favorite cards. One that shuffles your hand into your deck and lets you draw the same number of cards as your opponent has in their hand. The artwork is also cool, though in the original she has green hair, while the reprint for Heart Gold and Soul Silver gives her short brown hair. But then in the recent reprint, she's back to having green hair again. I just think it's cool that these cards exist and she at least gets the full art treatment. Though I guess the green hair is the closest to canon, as there is a character in the anime by the name of Duplica, who has green hair in a similar style and is also a master of mimicry, though her character is very different and she has a Ditto rather than a Doduo, or even possibly a Clefairy. So she may have been inspired by Copycat, but they're completely different characters. And also, as far as the short brown hair shown off in the Heart Gold Soul Silver artwork, that's more likely because in the Heart Gold and Soul Silver games, she uses the generic last sprite in the overworld. Ultimately, Copycat is one of the less important characters in Pokemon games, but she was one that always left an impression on me for the fact that her story is a small one on the side, but it really does make the world of Pokemon feel larger and gives the player a sense of impacting someone else through kindness. While you may think you just pressed a few buttons and spent a little in-game currency, the truth is you gave a meaningful gift to a lonely child who developed a talent for imitating others, and would later return that gift that was lost. Once again, a bunch of small instances and moments for this one insignificant small character, but one of my favorite interactions in any Pokemon game. And so that has been the story of Copycat. But anyway, hey, this is GatorX, and let me know what you think. Again, you know, minor character, only appeared in 2 Pokemon games, but then again, those are one of the most remade Pokemon games, and you know, a pretty beloved remake as well. So, you know, obviously, everyone should at least know who Copycat is, but you know, just let me know what you think. Just you know, a character that I kind of wanted to talk about just because, and that's something I kind of want to do a bit more. If there are any other just random minor characters that maybe we could talk about for like, what, 3 minutes, let me know in the comments below. What are some of your favorites? I guess maybe specifically from Red, Blue, and then Gold, Silver, and their respective remakes, because I guess that's kind of the topic. Again, you know, just one that I enjoyed throughout the games, and especially the TCG. Good card, good card. But if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to show your support. You can enable notifications by clicking the bell icon next to the subscribe button. There's also the applause button if you'd like to support and think I deserve it. But anyway, this has been GatorX. Have a nice day.